Let's dive right into this explainer and unmask the everyday, completely normalized habits that are silently destroying our kidneys. I mean, think about it. Our kidneys are the body's ultimate unsung heroes. They're constantly working in the background, keeping us alive, keeping us balanced. But because we don't actively feel them doing their job, we kind of tend to take them for granted. So today, we're going to look closely at 4 specific, incredibly common poisons that are actively shutting down these vital organs, drop by drop, day after day.
Nephrologist Dr. Richard Ben really hit the nail on the head when he called the kidneys champions of silence. And honestly, that's exactly what makes this topic so critical for us to understand. Chronic kidney disease is an absolute thief. It settles in incredibly slowly over the years, and it doesn't set off any painful alarms. There's no sharp pain warning you to stop what you're doing. By the time you actually notice symptoms like swollen ankles or just this unrelenting fatigue, well, the damage is already pretty advanced.
So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover the body's unsung heroes. Then we'll count down the poisons. Poison 4, a sedentary lifestyle. Poison 3, everyday painkillers. Poison 2, hidden salt. And poison 1, sugar's attack. Finally, we'll wrap up with how you can take back your health.
All right, part 1, the body's unsung heroes. Let's get right into it. To really grasp the damage we're doing, we first have to understand our baseline. In medical terms, this is called your glomerular filtration rate, or GFR, but really, it's just the filtering capacity of your kidneys. And as we get older, this capacity naturally decreases with each passing decade. You can think of it kind of like the engine of a classic veteran car. It still runs, sure, but it definitely doesn't have the exact same raw horsepower it did when it was brand new off the lot. The crucial point here is that if you put low-quality fuel into an aging car engine and force it to drive up steep hills every single day, it's going to break down much sooner. And sadly, that is exactly what we're doing to our kidneys, usually without even realizing it. We expose them to these tiny, microscopic harms that leave little scars, and over 50 or 60 years, that whole shebang just accumulates.
Moving on to part 2. Poison 4, sedentary lifestyle.
Your kidneys absolutely depend on a strong, healthy flow of blood to do their job of filtering out toxins. Picture your circulatory system like a river. When you walk, when you move around, your heart pumps vigorously. You create this strong, flowing river of blood that powers through the literally millions of filters in your kidneys, keeping everything incredibly clean. But when you just sit for hours on end watching a screen, that river turns into a stagnant puddle. The circulation gets sluggish and toxic. This lack of movement is basically an open door for insulin resistance, weight gain, and high blood pressure. And all of those things put an absolutely crushing burden on your kidneys.
Which brings us to part 3. Poison 3, everyday painkillers.
This is a chain reaction so many of us are completely unaware of. Step 1. You take an over-the-counter NSAID, like ibuprofen, for chronic back pain or a headache, thinking it's completely harmless. Step 2. The pill does relieve your pain, which is great. But it does so by blocking substances called prostaglandins. And the problem with that? Well, those exact same prostaglandins are needed to keep your small renal arteries open. So step 3. Your kidneys' arteries contract and they literally close up. Step 4. Your poor kidneys are suddenly starved of vital blood and oxygen. Taking these pills every day without a doctor's supervision is exactly like stepping on the garden hose that waters your plants. You're silently starving your kidneys day after day, causing permanent scarring.
All right, part 4, poison 2, hidden salt.
Now you might be thinking your salt shaker is the main culprit here, but honestly, you can let it off the hook. A staggering 75% of our dietary sodium comes completely hidden in processed packaged foods. We're talking about everyday things: bread, canned soups, processed cheeses, frozen meals. The food industry just pumps these products full of sodium to make them last longer on the shelf and taste better. And when you flood your body with all this hidden sodium, your body retains fluids to dilute it and basically signals your kidneys to hold on to water.
The retained water causes the volume of blood in your arteries to just skyrocket, which results in arterial hypertension or high blood pressure. And remember, the filters inside your kidneys are made of incredibly delicate, tiny vessels. So this high blood pressure, it's literally like trying to clean a delicate silk cloth with a firefighter's hose at maximum pressure. No way that ends well, right? This intense, high-pressure blood flow brutally damages, tears, and scars those fragile kidney filters day after day in this really vicious cycle.
Let's move to part 5, poison 1, sugar's attack.
These sweet poisons, sugar and refined carbs, they don't just hit you once. They launch a highly coordinated 4-front assault. Front 1 is diabetes,
Chronically high blood sugar literally caramelizes your kidney filters. It destroys them. Front 2 is hypertension. Sugar spikes your blood pressure just as aggressively as salt does. Front 3 is silent inflammation, where sugar basically acts like a fire inside your body, chronically burning your arterial lining. And finally, front 4, obesity and fatty liver. These absolutely crush your metabolism and place a massive, totally unfair workload on your renal system. It's a complete all-out attack on your body.
Okay, let's turn this around with part 6. Take back your health.
I really want to emphasize that every small, daily change you make is a massive victory for your body. The antidotes are surprisingly simple. For a sedentary lifestyle, just stand up hourly and commit to a 10-minute walk. For daily painkillers, don't self-medicate. Go see a doctor to find the actual root cause of your pain. To fight hidden salt, just start reading your food labels and do things like simply rinsing your canned veggies under the tap. It makes a huge difference. And to defeat sugar, swap out the soda for water and focus on eating real, whole foods. Every single one of these choices is another solid brick in the wall of protection for your kidneys.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one really vital question to think about. What small step are you going to take to protect your vital filters today? Which of these simple, empowering actions will you commit to right now to return the favor to your tireless, unsung heroes? They are working every single second of your life. Take care of them, and for sure, they will take care of you.